Hello and a huge welcome. I am so excited for this session because this is where you attract illogical money. This is where we go and talk about real money. This is so much fun. I want to talk about how to become so magnetic to money and so magnetic to what you're doing that the strategy and how you do it just becomes irrelevant. Because what we see around us is there is so much focus on the how. There is so much focus on how do I do this? How do I get clients? How do I get this? How do I manifest money? There's so much focus on getting that we forget that getting and receiving is in fact, getting and receiving had a different energy. Receiving is effortless. You receive it. Get is you do it by force, like you get it, is right. Getting and receiving are the parts of law of attraction where you attract it in your life. But our job in the co-creation is to become the match. But when we focus so much on getting and forcing and making it happen, we are not in the co-creation. We're just doing it ourselves. We are not tapping into all the universal forces and everything that is available to us at our fingertips. Literally at our fingertips. How to become so extremely magnetic that no matter what you do, it doesn't even matter, right? It's so powerful. I want to give a couple of examples because some of the luxury brands really get it. If we think of, like, let's say Dior or Chanel, you go to their shop and because they've got this logo on them, all of a sudden the value of that handbag or that watch or that thing is so much more. All of a sudden they can charge whatever the hell they want. All of a sudden it's so nice, and you can look at probably the same thing somewhere else and you may not perceive it the same way. Just by putting their logo, which is their magnetism, their being, like their messages to you, who they are, all of a sudden the value increases. And I remember I wanted to get my AirPods because the older ones were not working properly. They was a bit slower. And I was talking to my brother-in-law who works in Apple. And I was saying to him that I want to get Apple's AirPods. And he said to me that, by the way, the AirPod from some other company was saying, I think it's from China or somewhere, they can cost you £20, right? And the Apple AirPods cost like nearly £200. And it's the same thing. It's the same quality. It's the same everything. And I thought about it. I was like, but my heart was like, I just want to get Apple AirPods. I just want that. I want just that. I don't care. Even if you logically try to convince me that yes, it's same quality, it's all of that. He works for Apple. He understands. I just want to get Apple. And then I thought, am I illogical? Am I irrational? Why I'm not thinking rationally? But the thing is, we don't buy things rationally. We buy things from emotional connection. We pay from emotional connection. When you are receiving money from other people for your work, even if you're in a job, from your boss, it's based on what you are conscious of being and what you are projecting on other people. What is your identity? How do you identify yourself? And when it comes to being very magnetic, if you have that aura, that magnetism, that alluring factor, that's magic, that intangible thing that makes people feel like, oh my God, I want to work with this person. I love this person. I love the way they talk. I love the way they are like this. I love this. They don't think about the prices. They don't think about how much you're charging. They don't even think about how many modules they're offering or what is if you're selling something else. People don't care about the pockets in the Chanel bag. People don't care about what is the size versus the other bag. People are just like, I just love it. It's so good. Like, I didn't ask him about all the features. Like, imagine somebody going and buying Ferrari versus another car, the normal, not normal, but normal day-to-day car. They are not saying, okay, they maybe ask what is the horsepower or speed, but they're not really checking the value for money, because clearly Ferrari is way more expensive than your value for money. But it's the feeling that people get, right? If you can tap into your feeling, your truth, your power, and come from that place, that's where money is. That's where people are not comparing you to anybody. That's where It's not about you have got these many and that person has got this and what is the value and what it should be there, and it's beyond logic. And that's where illogical money exists, where it's beyond logic, where people are not comparing or calculating to pay you. They're not saying, I'm working with you and your program has got these many modules, so I'll only pay you based on, where it's about, oh my God, I love your energy, I love your vibe, you are the person I want to work with you, right? Or I want to buy from you, I like you, I like the conviction, I like the feeling when I feel it. It's not even just true for people, it's even true for brands. I love the feeling of Apple's brand. I love the feeling of how Apple makes me feel when I go and buy that. How I feel when I'm carrying those AirPods. How I feel, right? If you feel solid in your identity, if you feel solid in your conviction and confidence on who you are and your being, you will project and people will have this feeling about you. In the coaching world, like if I give an example of coaching industry, and this goes for every industry, people are so focused on, like, do I do a webinar? Do I do a challenge? Do I do a 5-day challenge? Or do I write a book, and do I do a lead magnet? Or it's like, it doesn't matter what you do. There are people who have made millions doing all those things that you're thinking about. The key is, it's about who you are being and how people feel when they pick up your book and they read the book. Do they really feel that activation? Do they really tap into their highest frequency because you're on your highest frequency? Your energy and your frequency is screaming louder than even before you open your mouth, even before you start to do anything. When you're doing a webinar and your whole energy is, I need to say this, and I need to say this. It's not from the place of, I'm going to be the best of me. I'm going to be me. I'm going to say what I really want to say. I'm going to say with my whole conviction and power and my belief. Then it's not, you are not tapping into the universal forces, because at that time, the law of attraction is responding to your frequency at that given time. And the fact that we put in so much hard work to make up for the gaps in our identity causes burnout, causes stress, doesn't give us the result. It's like we're hitting against a brick wall. If you think of like one of the people that I find really charismatic and really person who has really tapped into her identity is Oprah Winfrey. And you can use it for any person that you really admire and you think, oh my God, I love the way they are. They make me feel about myself. Because when people see you, they feel about themselves. It's nothing to do with you. You are activating something about them, right? If I say to Oprah Winfrey that you have to just do a webinar, right? No matter what she does, if she does a challenge, if she writes a book, if she does a webinar, if she just does a 10-minute talk, it doesn't matter about what she does. What it matters is when people see her, they can feel her conviction. They can feel how grounded she is. They know that she believes in herself. They know her identity is solid. She is magnetic, right? A lot of times we think that in order to be magnetic, we have to be loud, we have to scream, we have to say a certain thing, but it's more about being okay and so proud with who you are, really knowing you, really seeing you, really tapping into your magic, realizing what you are is enough. I was having a one-to-one with my client just before this, and I was saying to her that the only thing that is wrong with you is that you think that there is something wrong with you. That is the only thing wrong. There is nothing wrong. There is no guilt. There is no shame. There is nothing wrong. It's just the fact that you think there is something wrong is absolutely wrong. Otherwise, everything is fine. When we really tap into who we are, when we really tap into, I feel like saying that, I'm saying it with all my heart, I'm saying it with all my love, and I know my full of love, my soul, my heart, my magnetism and me is enough. I'm just being me. I'm just saying from absolute pure my magic. Like, I just feel the fullness right now, and I'm coming from the place of overflow. There is nothing less. There is nothing to chase. There is nothing to change or be. There's just me and magnified me and seeing more of me and magnifying what I have and coming from that place. Then you're so magnetic. And it doesn't matter what you're saying, because your words are counting 8% and your energy is 92%. Stop trying to protect yourself from the by using the strategy, by using the word, by telling yourself, I need more skills, I need to do more. Be you, See where you're hiding. Be just fully unapologetically you, what you feel called to do, what your voice is, what you find good. Share your magic. Just magnify who you really are instead of trying to hide behind something, and you see how magnetic you become. And you see whatever you do, it's gonna work. Whatever you do is gonna work. It doesn't matter. People have made millions doing everything. So when you become this magnetic, so for Oprah Winfrey, strategy is irrelevant. It doesn't matter what she does. She's gonna do it in her vibe. And her vibe, her being, her essence, her core is enough. And when we get to that place, strategy becomes fun. What do you want to do? What do you want to try? I know everything is gonna win. I love this song from DJ Khalid, and I think it's such a nice song. All I do is win, 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 no matter what. When I know you're gonna win, you know you're gonna win, and I know you're gonna win, absolutely. But when you know you're gonna win, it's just fun. It's no more about not trying not to lose. It's just fun, because no matter what you do is fun. Because you win every single time. Because not what you do, because who you are. When you listen to one song, right, from your favorite singer, you listen to that song. They haven't like said, "Oh, I need to sing 2 million songs for her to like my song." They just sing something, just channel it. They're just going in their soul, in their heart. Their heart is wide open. They're not trying to protect themselves. They're not trying to avoid something. They're just fully coming from like, this is me. This is my heart. I'm not scared. I'm not trying to avoid you disappointing me. I'm just all in my magic. And you feel it. And that songs get billion views. What is the strategy? It's the identity. It's so magnetic. Like the sun doesn't need any strategy. It just comes out and the whole planet sees it. The whole solar system sees it. Because it's the sun. And you are the sun. Stop trying to hide behind what you need to do. Ask yourself, who I need to be. What is my most amplified and magnified version? When I fully accept myself and go wild and crazy on who I am, versus chasing the trends, versus chasing what's working. Because you are the magic, you are the trend, you are the strategy. And when you tap into that, strategy is irrelevant. What you do is irrelevant. Because you're going to win no matter what.